Well, Yasaba, ye bepo 9:30. Only until I copy say 9:30. Bebo, say Kukrumoti Pa election headquarters election. Yeah, no dear. Ebasa bibia she Nancy Sane Babasa. Ti only enya adwene. Na bia nkokama. But my main car obiam so na hunu say onyame ya adoma e free kwasi ada copy say ye beto aban be wi. Ye be kenkan be wi ne hu say asese man na ye to aso no. Election headquarters Kukrumoti Pa no na one say every angle, every constituency. Baby, opese who say bibi e koso obia no. Ye kan mo, ye to about personality e koto. Baby, ye mompa se basa ye basa ye sia up to the minute report no. If free eye kwasia da kopim eye bra e beto abana wi no. You have always trusted us. So we are dear baby se o sha no. Multimedia, all our affiliates in Shira FM, Love FM, Joy FM, Adom FM, Asempa, TV stations, Adom TV. Baby are online, yeah, too much ready. Say, yeah, the year election 2020. The man beautiful. They say, people me lead contenders Bako dasu your mampenyi, Bako your mampenyi pay. It is very beautiful. I'm sure some of you more tasty power. I don't know how power is. Into about winning the bear so nice. Into the evolution, obaji so nicely. Because either say you have been a president before or you are a president and you are leaving. So that's how it is. It's so beautiful. This is one of the transitions that Ghana be now. Change over no so smooth. And I say change on no be so smooth. Either we are changing over or changing on. The all say BBRBC so come. Eddie amai. Well, one of the few and because one of the few guys are more body politics continuously over time, even in opposition. Ebe do bra onya power. What cause to demonstrate say it is not just about power, but it's about serving a year humanity. No, he continues to demonstrate that imebunu subiti menya konya ewa manyo semu amoma nyoma esefata. Some here because of the distance. And you know, mame emana kwaba. Samuel Awuku, he needs no introduction again in this country. If say eba manyo semu ne na hobrasiye. Any of Pepper or Magana is beyond intimate describing, but about to bring. Unfortunately, not me young, but what put you on weight? Unfortunately. Say the doctors name me what you want. And what Jao Wama Oba Millennium Onyami Humo. Yeah.
The shoes on another foot. Maybe I must them.
Okay.
Pressure woman, I
was thinking most we about you, pressure baby.
Oh, sir, pressure woman, a normal says a pressure woman. It's as the near koha, or the logistics we call her, way frail, and so follow near my way, when the organizers casa, or my bosses update, we say. So it is expected, sir, we nipa. So you feel the stress of it.
But you've really acted the position, national organizer.
Sir.
You've gone almost everywhere on social media.
Oh, my name is
yes, especially in Sunyani. Is it west or east or maybe
west?
Employment minister or no?
Yes.
If I now voice in Ako, but you insisted, say once he was your boss. Now only choice be done to come and
sir, and opano na me was swami.
Yeah.
To me fi swami, and I me call Sunyani, and I honorable Kenya Japan call across.
Okay. Then what's making you move like that? Because mostly free SHS is a done deal. 1D, 1F is a done deal. Ambulance, mostly send the passion. And I was thinking that you be in Accra, give the instructions for constituencies to work. And that's it.
Sir, I was so bad in Japan. But I did kind of mamma and Tumra. Mamma cha or more sharing. Na me more abaso. And yes, oh, ye minia, and I am a young cobra bones in America, sir. You and your team, you've distinguished yourself well. The Bamo bedroom, Ubien will be between young once a mwaka. We might disagree with you, but in terms of content, in terms of fact, and in terms of how we be so can be been a no cry, Mutimi putting it on the spot, me boa basso.
It does.
Me say me am near we elections where we are. Anya there, obetimi a chairman and chief fitaba. No baby, I never walk on. Also there be me fear. Me here ni trailer. The bar me so come now there. Come on here. But I'm sunny be do hono. Come now no my call over 183 constituencies. out of the 275. Na metimi aka achia MPP Kuma a omo hwe nei ewo the number 1 eba Anopa TV program a wild your polling station executives, your electoral area, your constituency, your regional, national officers, they've campaigned well over the last 4 months. The intensity and the momentum, idea ba agronim, idea time and another danko kufu adwachi, Ghana Mampenia, also craft Frank Amayo, and then Abidiache Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Nichidomwa. Party for Adom, and no one was to send on my campaign. President Akufo-Addo has never stopped working, he's never stopped campaigning, and he's never stopped giving Ghana for hope. Into no nation na yin crime. One critical group, person me bomb abaso, the volunteers across the country. NPP were 3,500 volunteer groups. 3,500 volunteer groups. No, groups. And some about members.
Oh, okay.
So if members could be a crowd 100,
3,500
groups are registered with us as a party. From the national, from the region, from the constituency. And these are all canvases. Recognized. They said, especially for this campaign, the national campaign team recognized the existence of the volunteer groups. In 2016 or 2016, 2020 or 2020. But for 2020, for us to give it more bite now, the national organizer has been placed in charge of 4 volunteer groups. So apart from somebody about to organize my organizers, my youth, my women, my Nasara, my sons are now in charge of all these groups, 3,500 volunteer groups. Wow. So imagine that a more half on daily basis, we boost PP, and you hear clarification, you hear say. I just so kusia ne bon work on. Unia kukudra just America. But I mentioned the media firm, I deal my name Abwama Mamoso, so you're training all these leaders. That's why making sure that they stay on message. Omokwa into aba omobo unkudiatem. Magana foni hu nientia. Esa yaba na ye kotono. Eye na asiaba na sanso so ye dachi aba. I see. So specifically almost 4 years. Yes. Edia na mona mamobo into amoka chere kuntabena mubuma ese ampa Ghana ye president or mo flag bearer obetina benwa no so no. Watimi di ABCD aba yemfa nyina so ananhwe so dia. Yes, Emma Musa 2 minutes of Fantois. Then I'm catching Ghana for. Kwabna, Emra and Sunny Yebedu 2016. Me if you baby and Sunny Yeba. Na me now dear son, I'm a good way I make me no yene anymore. Long time. Kwabna, maybe do ya na about no num now point one hour coffee. First phone call I will making is a light will fear and a light in fear. And another baby, and I will hear Juma Kani and Son Yamia Domobeka multimedia group. A Bob 6:30, I'm from Momo car park, and Uncle from homework, because I'm here light, no more generator. It's a multimedia. Yeah. And they got a man penny by, and yes, the Biaka home. But me and manage what was there effectively and efficiently. And Nana ye and also so you're making sure, say, we've had an arrangement with it. Omo near Dio Mocaso sonom, you said to ya. So a car better to make sure we keep our lights on. You told me, me call Laura last month. Na many Antonia Bay Fakabu, Waunia, a campaign one in Persuasion. There were 2-3 electoral areas we visited, almost 2 tier in 2016. But do an Omokas and Nedio Mayankasa. Nana Akufo-Addo nya shema omono. In 2016, almost fertilizer, 140 cedis a bag.
It was free.
And they no.
It was free.
No. Fertilizer and in low the go my years. Now 140 cedis. And then almost 70 Ghana. In Rono. Now 140. There was a cabo. And for these people, no, and your free SHS no general they are kotwaba or related to a binary policy on agriculture, planting for food and jobs. For teacher training students, nursing training students in 2016 year-born tour. I catch on say silver and gold we had none, but in 1 year the strength of our policies, and the integrity of our candidate. See a buy restore. Allowances are Ghana Mampenia not here kunyaso, Ura Dramani Mahama, and they were tremono. And then for that teacher training student, nursing training student, the allowance now you restore, you know. A born in Kaya said he had to take a government to think about him or her. And no, your man also so Yeguswa Kai Nipano, near Mama baby, ye fee and baby ya babido. O my Obia or a cano, a farm planes and not drop on so. A cow now say when you boil for any emergency anti-snake serum. It be not when you sue and I am found war. Oko on Samenchi. A bank of a drone service a zip line. And not a fantastic documentary wow near set Kwame Boateng crimes and JP na muso blasted. It saves lives. And a can be a mubu on one and can a brabono quafias betimi a
okay, remember to us about one of the issues I had to be better. I might be also but baby I need here can see pano ye a mebunu dachi. Very key. Because a mebunu en omonimi no munya hotoso any daswa. That's where or might be our permission say also. In your 4 years, are you able to say as national organizer, reasonable number of Ghana Mebruno, we've shaped them, we've given them a certain hope, a certain focus, a certain attention. You say, you try a swat. That's foundation, a more marginal, ever jump form into something better.
Correct me, that's it. I'm saying, what was Sassam? Now, 1 year, Nana Mesa to us. For some of Freya no more teacher training, nursing training, they were students, or young people, or Mebun. The restoration of these allowances are no more to my school. Backlog are buying about 2 years about nursing necessary training from 2015, 2016, 2017. Woman nano and a absorb 2018 so clearance about ya absorb and 2019 so na phenom woman and titi mo ye that bad 2019 2020 and sana wom so no ya san so abo. But they will call the general employment creation. Ghana by creating in excess of 2 million jobs, direct and indirect. It be a true agriculture. It be a NAPCO trainees on a single day. You find over 100,000 away police in Chow. You pay Juma to honor Sebe Buana Somo Ghana or Amagana and that nation builder score. Say if also the next day, now my Kobnas and saying Juma for from our and one is all that by and said this Juma tour. No was also a Juma for Frawenya. Over 100,000 young graduates were employed under this NAPCO initiative. But they are also so chair, and they under the one district, one factory are buying ACCCC. Across the country, they form a critical mass of our workforce. Into what is a baby and you may be a no one more form of caneno, a year a mebum. Intino and Yamama say, and then mebuno do now do one gym. Omobo Abanchidom to ensure say abiding swading of industrializing Ghana. Ye making sure say ye the oma kwa baby sa cottage industries and the factories a woman important one so many biaye. Me the one also so a few on one and now called the National Ambulance Service. Abai produced a supply over 300 ambulances. It came with training more personnel in the area of first aid, how to handle patients, and more drivers. Afei, Medoko Unia John Kuma, baby, I know one National Innovation Plan. Yeah. NEP. They've trained many startups in excess of over 100,000 of them. Yachrom, how they can manage their own businesses and supported tens and thousands of them with microcredit.
Those are partisan jobs now.
Actually, they apply online. Say, I can make a laptop. Be a national organizer. Tell them say they know, but we are Mr. for CV bra. But once they call online, you are not able to distinguish who is MPP, who is NDC, because we're open system. Yeah, edu baby, yeah, full soldiers. We are criticizing as a online government. Bibi I assume online, but as if we knew say maybe by baby one thing. Be as obusan say wow party for. But when it's online, ubia an equal and realistic chance of being chosen. Even to the extent that under this NAPCO, some of our own party supporters, but I'm also organizer, and this if only be in NAPCO na yen. It shows clearly the credibility and the balanced nature on the recruitment.
Okay.
Backward now?
Yeah.
There's a renewed focus on agriculture. Because farming and livestock is a part of the general agricultural situation. First, now me Ivory Coast October last year. My name organizers bear 5 by road. Then I saw trucks, loads. A soon no buy a brodier, a mankin, a tomatoes, a contume, Ivory Coast, and a buyer. Now when you do Abidjan, you twice do Yamo Sucro, and I'm Busa Ghana near no near around. Say now, then I'm on tracks be brea. Even also first, no, especially 2015, 2016. Na Ghana ekra this food stuff. If you Ivory Coast ha. But since 2017, 2018, Ghana mom supply Ivorians, in meaning say the government's intervention and renewed focus on agriculture. Abwa amaye the results Ghanaians in aduane bidi 2018 brode na aduane buya Christmas time wa kwa na bebre na gu ana April bebre na ja me ba na mukum ade man you could see lot of people obo amoton nuan moto ebu intema prices no competitive for ordinary Ghanaians to have access. Yes, yet me to be Eddie.
The politics of the day, which is quite worrying, especially when it's coming from more major competitors. Among the challenges and the complaints, the worrying situations here, one, the president former is able to say this administration are infiltrating the security agencies or more issue or more for Neoma and Seven Fata. Normal sa planning say on the Ombidi Jumasnubia to December 7th just to put a certain level of fear and to intimidate Ghana for specifically from Mountain, Volta Regional War, any other maybe strongholds. And see what another interesting issue was up the ownership of this free SHS. The only buyer any the kind of SHS maybe free multiple practices. To start with, very dangerous on my part if I go by what the former president John Dramani Mahama has said that Mubenya Saku Kudruno after the Pebinimukrana what describe as tax say ombeshe yenya omo provide service to the nation MIA service with integrity na mo use sanko for no against yen same Ghanaians. What do you seek to achieve? Muwi enso more for critical answer pay what the former president said. This can be to oppose the force account was a more fam koyes adwuma we bomb about what's happening.
MC do Samri Yenra John Dramani Mahama can be 2016. Also do campaign saying you can't talk kakra near the no crack kakra from near Mexico. I want to believe that we bear the introversion. Kakra is here the frame.
But is that the case?
Because it's clearly not the case. For us as a government, share Emra, the police and the security apparatus, budget are almost submitted to government. I bet me more comfortable to ensure say on bet me about Ghana for home buying, about or mine home buying, about the process home buying. Ghana Mampenini are buying is one city. One city. They didn't reduce their budget by even a city. Now I can say what creative discomfort. If you 5,000 fees now, 5,000 Quebec officers bear 5 BO and not 10 BO. One city. It shows the president's commitment to say about Yekotono under an atmosphere of peace, tranquility, civility, transparency, and honesty. NPP is confident see you be carry the day. But then, what's here NDC for common beer? I'm saying before I could be saying, no, my coffee, and around NDC headquarters. I saw a lot of macho men. But you cannot also say that because of elections, people with muzzles exceeding 10 inches cannot travel from Boku to Accra. Because when it's election time, those with those muzzles and muzzles are increasing by 5 inches, should stay within a certain geographical zone. But say, I don't baby papa and Yamin Shroud. But say, I don't basso.
Are you referring that NDC include from Boku to this part?
No, I'm just saying, sir, I saw macho men there. But I'm saying that we cannot say because you're macho men. anaze mrantie ne mabawa omomodu omometri soso inti no wom don ba be dia to trasem but some don be dia to trasem amrane ne ombedi e da senya to trasem no ne omoba ba bedi and ebi omo so ba be boa ene se kofa ebia nsuo we bra enko polling station ebia feduane we ko no de me na me se nyankopon hira wo ba se yade a eye bone kwan so ene ye fa kwam so de sakasaka ba and ye beje omo de share the security apparatus asa but let me make this point forcefully we are mebu na wutie me a it is not worth it se obema NDC for AUSU se fa be di erukasem
and that's MPP
oh to now there as one make I don't know about check my balance say my ba you didn't invite me on the basis I'm a Red Cross official we invited them to represent a political party
that serves the interest of Ghana
now I don't just me ba a chimpe to invite
but that's
him
the policy ebebaso on the chimpe policy that's the policy
with policy ebebaso
the NDC policy of chimpe and then finding in ebebaso but gentle conversation
mame we the security one and now we mebu na any other politician can say sorry me enko to trust more it's also a dinage let's all go through this process you be peacefully we are Ghana will still move on share me have been a youth leader before and man here and they are who and you can say we boys whether NDC or MP, they know themselves. They know themselves, they live in the same communities. Now, I don't do about war. Now, we have person of fast kind of 2 years. Now, who we are, how do you then still go home? Into my NDC in Penny 4 and Shemebu Kutupa. And for all of us as political parties, we should be mindful of the Political Vigilantism Act by Parliament.
But
But would
that be operational?
It will be operational. Now them rano they say Jeff no born in himself masa. Now rano
the parties are going to abide.
But the parties should abide it. That's why the MPP
are they going to?
The MPP we have committed to the peace process. And we have committed ourselves to abide by this act of Parliament. There's no two ways about it at all.
Why voter region all the time?
Now I know now can hear me wakakra. The Ministry of Defense at a breakdown of the security deployment of military personnel across the country. And the voter region wasn't number one. Voter region wasn't number one. To the extent that even the defense minister himself, his own backyard, there were military detachment and deployment. And they because you're better bank, we should leave the peace and security. See, then we reorganize.
Because the whole of this week, almost every NDC person, be a Maton friend from the Fred Agbanyos to the Edward Saris and to NIM PCs, they are so worried.
Why are they worried?
About over 6,000 flashpoints. Two, about voter regional, they call it invasion of.
But just 6,000 flashpoints, in just voter region or 6,000
across
the country.
Yeah.
Police for one flashpoint. Yeah, for us as a political party. No. Who call the police? They will give you the flashpoint almost as a security apparatus. They know over the years. You're limited to this exercise. And I am by your party so. Yes, where we've identified as flashpoint, a bro police for the years. Because there are some places where you're parliamentary candidate in Yakaba Kubori. On your Biabone or about the campaign, then you have NDC tax and hoodlums, storm his residents, beat people to the pub, maim people. Shouldn't we consider that place as a flashpoint? But I'm not the one saying it. That's the report that I read from your own online portal. From your own Enjoy online portal. Unless you cook the story. And the parliamentary candidate has confirmed. Subsequently, they've made arrests because the boys were known and they are known in the communities. Why? Bonibeni, as a party, you're born and say we are creating an atmosphere where all of us can coexist as brothers, as sisters, as family. Politics shouldn't degenerate into fisticuffs where you see, and I can also confidently tell you, and state said, for us as a party, we will not go to this post or go into this post, say, could you to trust him. But the MPP will win this election on the strength of our record. And the Juma Eba Bem Yaye. And the son you didn't need any boss so I Ghana for him said, Baby, another danko kufu that's what Ghana, you defeat the Ababiduni. You see, a man enough 4 more years. Near my parliamentary candidate, another 4 years, and now 4 new years. Now, you catch up in now and say, you food your pani piano. And they are kufu ado adaroma, in yanka papa. Na daroma nti, Ghana for so you can't hit me, can't be. COVID di ba ya na ye pay support kakra for businesses any omo adwuma sem akofom aban ba be so mu so mu sisi ebo omo de bibi kakra aboa wo what they call what they compare what happened in 2014 cholera between April and September ekunipa 262 and then elsewhere no aban no entimi anya wonre Akufo-Addo has managed and handled this COVID-19 with distinction.
If you've just joined us, national organizer for the ruling New Patriotic Party, Sammi Awuku, and now the issue about now the NDC brings what some call refreshing and superior policies in terms of education. You came with free SHS because akwada who say nanado anabo free HSS would do abidu Sammi. That conversation is dead and gone. But what they've brought, and the chimpe. No, you tremor. What is left now is the chimpe and the funding in our policy are about very refreshing. The freshest, every expenditure being catered for, and then because of COVID, is continuous students so chimpe syndrome is and then we'll wrap up with the performance of the Electoral Commission so far. Now just about 2 minutes why or no as national organizer AGD Susu say SSC Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo atwasa yakwaba eba idisa nkobo. Well, Yasaba Adamu Inamase, lots of your text messages about Jilly Brentino, Yentimin, Kinkai, Edinina Farm, but Wilfrey Gladys, channel coordinator, Joy Prime, or say, okay, so I'll talk about it, man, checking the ECG for N7 or the other two anymore. There's a challenge with ECG, more service are more provided for 2 days of Fancourt Hills, near Fancourt Hills. Ben Fountain Gate, Kanya no Hasemo, BC Basa, and so still, Monty Mimbo, Munyo Masutribia as to what is the challenge. And this one also says, my BGM has always been top notch in content, and I salute your team. If you have a party that endorses Okada in its initial manifesto and do an amendment with education 6 days to elections, then you know what to choose. Kudos to the champion national organizer, Sammi Awuku, in whom we are all pleased. This is a lecturer, University of Education, Winneba. And another one gets through here. Oh, okay, this is Apostle Selassie Adai. And he greets Sammi Awuku. Apostle Selassie Adai. Apostle Selassie Adai. Yeah, okay, so. No, so should drag him off from the rasa point in my year. What you okay.
So Laza me who know to kwa man. So mono me no ye ni neguso kwa. Me just press ba me de enye kwa. We dey abefo ne boy as gwa you. But omo de ade ne to pia na ba dey able to detect say when if you ha na ba.
Okay. So we are back, Sammi.
Yes.
Now Makato yentwam of free SHS conversation ho. Na ye megina because bring to Electoral Commission on performance so far we are okay as a party with it.
Mama to the education side.
Okay.
Sekwatre kwaso obema onto ma wutie ne din. 2008 NDC ka say womo ba yebetua one time health premium for the national health insurance. Ye two abamom 208 with Aurora John Dramani Mahama as VP yanti once MB. They never implemented it. 2012 NDC's manifesto womo ka say womo win 2012 yebetua assembly members allowance. And then Sika they show them every month. They never paid a dime and they never honored that promise. And they, if you have that same party telling you, see a bar, you bet your assembly members car. Not just say the old promise recycled, unachieved then, and will not be achieved now. Ubusa on the issue of one-time health premium, I know the one person become once and cry. A time here. Now, if this party be catching me, say after cancelling teacher training allowance, nursing training allowance, on the sole basis, said the continual payment of these allowances will collapse the economy. And even at the risk of his presidency, he will never restore it. He made that categorical statement. Then this same party, with the same leader, the same candidate, now comes to tell me, say, the nursing and teacher training students, Kamboma, do 150,000. Woman allowances now, and no year kakran, and no, you will not be able to sustain payment. However, you can pay first year's tertiary student numbering almost 800,000 and beyond. You are going to find the money to pay them from.
But the dynamics have changed.
The dynamics.
So
is there an admission that decision they took at that time was erroneous?
But of course, so be admitted.
No. Are you admitting for them?
No, I'm not saying so. But I'm saying that it is also a gesture
so
to
you are not on the ballot.
No, but to demonstrate that. Say me too and Amona saying papa. Na minye nuhu and na minye adwen sachira. Na inform so na
unye nuhu meda was wenye nuhu.
And no I'm saying the man to me anye no. The back man no.
So are you then admitting say ba kuna man to me anye na yen form so?
But what is wrong with that?
But then you have to admit there's no problem with that, but there should be honesty. Opposition must be credible. So where I stood yesterday on the side of history, I will stand at that same position on this day or in this day and age to be on the side of history. Yeah, you can't say free SHS from 2008 and 2012 and 2016 whereby we implemented it. That is a matter of principle. NDC said free SHS was going to take us 20 years. I just see school done in area, my friend, ya baby atna. But then they will review it. We will continue. We will review it. But on the case of the nursing training and teacher training, they make a very funny statement. Say they will ensure that the status quo remains with the payment of these allowances. What is the status quo? Is it the status quo they left off as a party by cancelling it? Or the status quo, a Kufuor administration by a restore? Because a very vague.
So they can apply any of them.
They can apply it. So if you don't push them to the wall to give you that specific answer, and you don't shape opinion well, people might vote for them, and in exchange of it, they'll be disappointed because we said the status quo will remain. But he didn't ask us which status quo will.
Our status quo will remain.
When we had so it's a very convenient position to take. So what am I saying? Oh, and Awuku na adie koye ne dan kwabna mienwe ho yenwe ho sese na meka yenwe ho na ka say okay into not the next one of friends na nkomo na mini udi ye no na so say meka say yenwe ho na mintimi nye ka say oh then you are disappointed because now your thought was that mekodwen ho na the following morning mama mu ayesi e betimi aye. And it's the same with the free SHS. If you don't shape opinion, obi wo hono mo or the color TV bekwa koje black and white. But still in the area of education, what the NDC even forgot was that TVET has been made free by the MPP. With the establishment of TVET centers, maybe Fred Ajiman way.
How much applicable or tertiary institutions?
Applicable or tertiary institutions?
Yeah, more applying or just normal, but they are lifting up the game.
Oh. Say no the enkejanke asempa. It means there's all the basics now the front.
Yeah.
Okay. So it must be included in the curriculum at the tertiary. And if it's included in the curriculum, then you have to come with a policy document. Even though our classroom at University of Ghana classroom, there's this workshop next to that lecture theater. If you more practicals, and without TVET centers, how then do you do it? It is not enough for a government to say so, or for a party to say so. You will absorb the tuition fees for even all first years when you don't even know the numbers. They say private and public.
And but why can't you so many numbers?
Into which numbers?
Yesterday, maybe say, almost say you can check the data from 4 years back and you get an average, strike an average.
So I'm check here. So we say no more catch us on better trend analysis.
Yeah.
For better 4 years
average, and then you
move check any. If you joke, NDC on December 7th will come with another amended version of their manifesto. And the danger is that you better abandon baby and be crying to say, Omoko amended this portion. Now, matrical administration. Ekufuado consistently has maintained, say, baby Ghana kikankono. Or Nujitum say we should not think about the next election keke. We should think about the next generation of Ghanaians. Into Ubia, and it should be in a continuous format. Nipa no left from abject poverty and at the shackles of poverty to Mpensenpensenmu bit me akana kanipa. There are so many of these young boys in traffic. And because of free SHS, it's so makurem. I am makwaya and I want movie streets. Minimum 4. Kaukudi 37 side in an airport. And they tell you, say, oh, Ogana, that's something. Nana the enemy yenye manu and you know ankayeso kesku in kent me and kubi. For the purposes of year to be a the bed 3 bedroom way interview. But we are or be investing. It shows determination. Come ne bia unya boafo. It's in a nay with me better say as a broadcast journalist, was the teacher so paying, I will be so winning there. But we could have produced many more or my Kwabna Sante if Nipani Yabuafo. Me, I know what I went through with my sisters, my 4 sisters, and son and Mbabi do baby Amedri. And to be a education as someone, sometimes I see say more spiritual than you can even imagine. You move in a boy for a ton ice water, ton near Kofani ma we form and son ye nuan school fees no e de akomo senior high. Na wanya nya wofo ni na na betim so aboa wo sa obo so an boafo a wo so ni mu no midway no afim. Kwabna, how do you then go about it? Oni boafo. It's a very bright student. Akola bia ma adopted no recently. Or entire Owuremu under President Kufuor Ade free SHS. Owuremu with 08 BC. Yeah. Unimi results by Ahionya 28. Owuremu with 08.
Makunya 28.
And you know why? Even though now by na buano with me access rescue. 2 months before election, my only brother, Ifimo. 2 months before the final exam. A month before the exam, nane mame home fano. A week before coach on the first letter, nane mame ni sufim. They say, you know, they say, na oyobia, free SHS iba not area ho, na me maye fano, o dine hukushimu, Awuku girls. And I thought that, oh yeah, brainy because the year now we know. But it's the psychological name we go through. To say ni pano, and yes, I Kwabna, me na minim na chassis or diko remu, and nim the trauma akolana go through. Into no nyodiako winia. Why you are bembe umwana? Okay,
so your breath here. Up to this point, we're okay with electoral commission.
So far with the electoral commission. Yes, yeah, 100% okay. But we are keeping our eye on every detail because it's a very fluid situation. And we also want to sound a word of caution to some officials within the commission. As for rumors you can hear, it can be true, it can be false. Your best electoral commission penny for some more money in call. Your person better ballot paper ama any voter against PhD. It's against the electoral laws. What's PhD na nipa no ansa na ade amano. Yen pese obiane another political party in collusion anakoye kanana. Anone nipa bonifo bia be kwakoye kanana, wo bete ballot paper a one stamp PhD. Ebia na ye refie, yen pese say refie no na be heightened tension. Every ballot paper chino must be stamped ansa na ade amano. And obi so why na adwen say ink pad that you see inside the polling booth. E hono no onukowramu a we replace no the foforo esi honom na aseno and no don't set things with the terms. Yes, and I can confidently tell you the national security also is investigating some of these. I do wow. The FDA has tested some of the samples that they've seen. It turned out say material is corrosive.
Wow.
Into all the teams who are destroy. No, destroy
the system.
Destroy near Ekogum. Into no person electoral commission. Emma ni daho. Bambo former money now. Yeah, MPP. We've lost election before and we've won elections before, but we won't sit down. May be for 6 and near 9.
Right,
and that is why we are going in. Say we are campaigning on the strength of our record. Now, 30 seconds. Ghana for more sharing. Yaswens you ask answer. And when I woman, Nanado Danko Kufa don't MPP Asamba Monimbium. No food you upon your piano. Nanado so by, and yes, our Ghana yet a salmon on it. But Obias then a son in a dear, and certain in Nanyape. A care for your modier. Suku for your modier. I will for your modier. A Juma force when your modier film. And I know some more a Ayaresabia and a health institution so many your modier film. And some young Ghana for the donors here tertiary. A mebu no so do donors when your Juma and a do donors so as a pay Juma. May turn another Danko Kufa do Mount #1 on the ballot. And I may also turn NPP parliamentary candidate be an abe ballot paper and so amount. So more so na chance to the Biano or Yanseni, or you'll be Osrunyame, and you'll be so Yankopon afa. So what can #1 Yankopon has a resource on ballot paper and so. And we still time question your form. A srono and a heaven never. A srono ni benya yasumdi, and a sro also not the power.
Right.
Yadamasi, Monkonko Tuaba, Namunya Mumujidi, Munshefita, Naminimsi Yatuaba. The battle is the Lord's, the covenant keeping God will keep his covenant with us. See you on Tuesday when they declare the results. Salamu alaikum.